Call the meeting to order here on December 5, and late, but we'll get going here. And our first matter is a continued public hearing for the Graves application at 123 Random Farms Drive. This is an application for a site development plan approval to replace an expanded deck, which has already been done, into the clearing grading limit lines and the removal of a basketball court. Again, the basketball court and sport court have been removed.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
before we proceed, I'd like to read a open letter to the town board, if I may.
Sure.
My allegiance is to the American flag that flies in front of our town hall. That flag is where my duty and my affection abide. For the town board to assume, and then to declare by implication, my sympathies for any other nation by displaying its flag is an overreach far beyond your legislated civic duties. The Israeli flag proclaims a rightful principle, the human dignity and security of its people. Yet, in my view, the immorality on both sides of this conflict is not conditional, nor is it negotiable. There is wrong and there is right. In my view, nothing today or in history mitigates the horror of these innocent deaths on either side. In my heart, I stripped away the arguments, the excuses, and the noise. And I've listened hard for one of those storied better angels to appear. I found for myself, this is not a political matter, it's a moral one that presents a personal internal conflict. Though my civic RNA runs pretty deep, I won't be implicated by you, the town board, in this continuing inhumanity. I recuse myself from this planning board until you take the Israeli flag down. So I'm going to be leaving. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, well, that will shut us down in terms of quorum. Yeah. So we can't take any action here this evening.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, who is recusing themselves?
One of the members of the planning board.
But because one of the members of the planning board is recusing themselves, we can't take anything, there can be no action taken?
We with his recusal, we no longer have a quorum. State law requires that we have to have 3 members of the planning board present physically. We have another member remotely. But my understanding, John, correct me if I'm wrong, is that we, ever since the emergency order was removed with COVID, that boards need to have at least 3 physical members present for a meeting.
Correct. So one individual can hijack an entire day's worth of meetings, evening's worth of meetings?
It'll be for everybody.
For everybody?
Yep.
Yeah, for the day, for the night.
This is becoming ridiculous. This is becoming completely ridiculous. There is just this, we cannot move forward on anything at all. Every time I look up, there's another thing. I literally stopped and did not fly out tonight because of this meeting, and now you're telling me you can't even have the meeting, we're just sitting here hijacked because one person wants to make a political stance. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So
So we're wasting each other's time tonight, what you're telling me.
we've all wasted our time at this point, I guess, in preparing for the meeting and people coming to the meeting, including ourselves. We had one other member who is out of town, so he was unable to make it. So again, we have failed to have a quorum because of the situation.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Sorry, David Cooper, representing Toll Brothers, one of the applications. Certainly on our application, there is a bit of a time crunch, so we could at least respectfully request that the board try to schedule schedule a special meeting this month before the holidays, so that we can see if we have a quorum and hear matters that are on the agenda tonight.
Yeah, we can, what I'll do is I'll try to get around and see if we can't get that scheduled now. We normally had another meeting for the 19th, but my understanding is that December, is that there were a lot of vacation conflicts with, unfortunately, the staff. But what we'll try to do is find if we can get a quorum together for a special meeting. As you said before, we've done that before. I apologize.
A
to everybody.
special meeting just for this gentleman, a special meeting for all of us.
For all of you, for all of you.
For the entire agenda, for the
Yeah,
entire-
this is
We've got to have a meeting. We've got to have a meeting. I have been waiting since February.
I understand, yes.
Literally, this is disrespectful at this point. It is insane.
Mr. Graves, we are in the same position that you are in. We will be,
I understand, but we can't have one person hijack an entire thing because they want to make a political statement. It doesn't make any sense.
It's true, and it's unfortunate, it's two people who are missing, so that's the problem. That's the problem.
Jesus Christ, it's not because someone's sick, it's someone who just wants to hijack thing to make a point. Right? What if I wanted to hijack something to make a point? It's stupid. I don't care what your political affiliations are. None of us do. We really don't.
Correct. So,
Responsibility. Live up to the damn responsibility.
so, thoughts or suggestions, Sabrina? And John?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, can you repeat that?
Yeah, just looking for some thoughts and perhaps some possible times that we can.
Honestly, I think we can try and meet on the 19th, and Bob and I will be able to appear remotely. We will do that. We will take our vacation time and appear before you to address this issue. Hopefully, Eldad and Kanan, if you're able to attend that meeting, then we will have a quorum in person.
Yes,
So we will just table this matter until the December 19th meeting.
and then reschedule the agenda for December 19th, which was.
Right now, we don't have anything on our December 19th meeting, so there should be no issue of moving these applications to December 19th.
Okay. All right.
And Wally and Paul and the other folks that are on from, can you all make the 19th?
Yes,
Yes.
whatever he needs. I was gonna be in
Okay.
Bahamas.
We cannot be hijacked, I want to be clear, we cannot be hijacked by someone's political affiliation on the 19th, we don't care. We really don't care. If that person wants to make this statement outside of it, you have a responsibility to be on the planning board, either be on the planning board or be off the planning board. But this is not the time for your political statements.
Ms. Graves, we will do everything we can to have a quorum.
I'm not being unreasonable. I'm really not being unreasonable. But February is unreasonable. 10 months is unreasonable. 10 months since February.
Mr. Graves, if you would like to come into the office, Bob Sealy and I would be happy to speak with you about the time frame regarding your application. I understand your frustration tonight. We will do our best to get a quorum on the 19th. We will be calling around and guaranteeing that tomorrow. This came as much of a shock to staff and I'm sure the other board members as it did to you.
The only thing I can say is that staff has issued memos regarding the latest submissions that we have received. So by all means, take those to heart, and if you have to, be ready to address those, that we can make progress on the 19th and get you guys set.
We were ready to address it today.
I understand, so are we, but we can't.
I'm just gonna table the presentation until the 19th.
Yeah, fine, that's good.
Yes.
Right, but if there's any questions that you have on any of the notes that came back from Bob,
No,
from
we're fine.
Dennis, Sabrina, fine. That applies to anyone, again, I apologize to everyone, but does anyone have any questions on? So if you do, I guess if you have staff questions, you really have to, give a call to staff. And
Let me make sure I understand, Sabrina, you would like me to come in to meet with you and Bob to discuss?
If you want to continue the issue of your dissatisfaction with the occurrences tonight, we're happy to discuss with you tomorrow. I don't want to discuss it on the air right now.
No, that would not accomplish anything. I just would like.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it would not. So come in to come talk to you about why this person's taking whatever, does not make any sense. I just want to move forward and have a meeting on the 19th without political knowledge.
so actually, we haven't, we started our meeting, we can't close it.
Actually,
I mean,
You
I
can't.
don't
With
think
the
we
meeting
actually
to order.
voted, we didn't actually vote on opening it, to be honest with
well,
you.
we usually don't vote on it, but
But,
you could do that though, that'd be fine.
right, if anybody we can
We can take.
informally discuss
Yeah, informally
any
discuss any
project,
questions
if
that
anybody
people
wants
might
to
have.
speak on it, we
Yeah.
just can't act.
Right.
We don't have the legal authority to act tonight.
Exactly.
We just had a procedural question.
Yeah, sure.
So 1015 Hardscrabble Road, I'm Jacqueline Cohen, Zarin Steinmetz. So we were scheduled to be on the ERB meeting for December 18th. We're not sure if the board had to vote to refer us there tonight or.
Yeah, actually, last time I thought we were.
I did too, but I was told that we were not. I think we talked about it last time.
Yes, we did.
We did not, Sabrina, we did not formally adopt a resolution to do so. But perhaps staff can send an informal memo to ERB on the issues that we have raised. And Dennis has been here. Dennis is at ERB also. And maybe that will guide the conversation with ERB.
That would help.
We can do that.
So that we can attend the 18th.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Anyone in the public could
Yeah,
attend that meeting.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's helpful.
What time do you have that, what time is the meeting?
I would have to ask you whether I could place them on the agenda or not, but
I thought they were already on the agenda.
anybody
I thought they were.
can. Oh,
I thought they
yeah,
were
I
on.
could, yeah,
What time is your
you
meeting?
tell me it's a flick of the switch, it's December 18th at 7:30.
7:30, okay.
Yeah.
Downstairs?
They do it in that
Okay.
room there with the
Okay.
Zoom, yep.
And the ERB will be able to issue a recommendation from that meeting or?
Well,
not
they'll
speaking for
certainly
them.
consider it, I don't know if they wanna get out in the field, et cetera.
This is the first time they're
So
seeing
they'll
this.
start on it. If I can weather it as just a member of the public, I was planning on trying to get to the meeting myself. So
Great.
not to interfere, but observe and get information from the ERB.
Thank you.
Maybe interfere.
I'm just looking at my calendar, is the 19th a 7 PM meeting as well? Yeah.
It would be, yeah.
Do you think it makes sense for us to informally hear whatever they have to do? Is that allowed?
Not really, yeah. I think the notes, the memos have gone out, so they can, they can look at those. Any other questions? Again, I apologize for this, we apologize for this, never had this before. A lot of stuff, but not this before. If not, we'll close the meeting that we didn't open, that we can't have.
You have to keep recording till the 19th, isn't that the case?
Yeah, exactly.
And then
We have to
close
stay
it,
here, I
and
hope
then
you guys bring
yeah.
food and water.
Yep.
Don't wanna lose the two of us, I mean, it's critical apparently. It's terrible. Okay, again, apologies to all, the staff,
The meeting that
professionals.
was not called to order is now being
We're not sure what we're doing.
It's not being closed.
hasn't been open, so it hasn't been closed either, so there you go.
Alrighty, thank you, sorry about this.